first thing you have to do is find your area where you want to build your shelter. I've chosen this area for a couple of reasons. One, the ground is slightly elevated here, so if it rains, any water will be shed to the side. And another reason is this tree here has 4 outcroppings on it, which makes a good wedge. I'm going to be laying a beam down through here, which will go down at an angle that you'll see in a few minutes, but this is a great support for it. And another reason I chose this area is there's a lot of dead wood here, a lot of dead standing and dead laying wood. So I won't have to cut anything down. I mean, I don't have any tools anyway, so I'll be using all dead wood that's laying on the ground. Now I've chosen a fair size piece of wood here, log. That's going to be our main beam, and we're going to build off of this. Just remember, it doesn't have to be overly big, your shelter, because it's just for, hopefully it's just for a night, and it's just an emergency shelter, and you don't want it too big inside, because then the bigger it is inside, the colder it is. So this will be good. It's a good strong beam, strong enough for what I need it for anyways. And so we'll keep building from here. Ooh, just check what I just found here. Rooting around for some sticks for my shelter, and I found this. Check that out, it's a deer's head. Or the skull of a deer, I should say. Looks pretty fresh too, must have been from this year's kill, from hunting, or maybe there's some coyotes that got it. There's a lot of coyotes in this area, so you never know. They might have had a big feast out here. Pretty interesting. So as you can see, our skeleton's coming along very well here. I've started adding some smaller twigs with leaves, trying to weave them together type thing, just or mix them together I should say. The smaller sticks will help to hold the leaves there, and as we keep adding layer of little twigs and leaves till we get the cover we want. And this will help keep us nice and warm tonight. There you go, half of our shelter is finished. I'll get on to the other half, and won't be long, we'll have a nice comfy place to sleep tonight. So there you have it. Our shelter, our emergency shelter, is all built. Took me roughly about an hour to do it, and I used all dead wood from the general area here. The beauty about something like this is if you wanted to have a little fire, you could, because there's all kinds of dead wood. Just clear out a spot, put some stones around and make a little fire. You got a place to sleep. It's It's a nice little setup, and it's not perfect, but if you're ever in an emergency situation, this is the way to go. It'll keep you hopefully nice and warm for one night at least, and you know, it's better than laying out in the ground. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a little tour of it. It's a fair size. It's good enough for me. You don't want it too big, but as long as I can fit in there and there's space to move around just a little bit to sleep, I'm happy. And we go over to the other side here. Sorry about all the movement on the camera. It's a rough area here. But you see, there's our entrance. And big enough for me to just get in there and lay down and have a good night's sleep. So our emergency shelter is built. I built it within an hour. It's not overly big, but it's big enough that I can fit in, and I can move around a little bit just to turn around to sleep. But it's going to keep me warm tonight. It's going to keep me dry. And at this point, depending on the temperature where you're at in your emergency situation, you could keep adding more leaves, more twigs, just get it really thick to keep it even warmer. And as far as the door is concerned, you can just break off a few pine boughs, cedar boughs, that type of thing. Just get into your hut and pull them up against the door to close it up. Other than that, you need a layer of dry leaves, pine boughs or something in the bottom to lay on, and you'll be toasty warm. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Please go to our Facebook page and like us, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have a lot of videos coming up, and I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.